The workmanship which you find in Hoysala temples probably is unmatchable anywhere else. The quality, fineness work which we will see later on. And the Hoysalas actually came to power after defeating the Chola dynasty. Now, as you are all aware, Chola dynasty was one of the longest running dynasties in world history. They ruled for over 600 years, starting from 300 BCE. And they were finally defeated by a Hoysala king by the name of King Vishnuvardhana in the year 1116 CE. Now, to commemorate that victory, because it was a major landmark, he built the first temple, which was the Chennakeshava temple, which I showed you in the beginning. That was the first temple which he built in 1117 CE to commemorate his victory. So that is how the Hoysala temple, the saga of the Hoysala temple started. These are a few of the temples I will be showing the photos of. Before that, just a bit about what is special about the Hoysala temple architecture. Now, the architecture is called as the Karnataka Dravida, and it has a few distinguishing features. The first point is, as I mentioned, attention to minute detail and craftsmanship. I mean, it is really unimaginable what details they have gone into. The other is that all their temples are stellate or star shaped in design, and they are not just rectangular or square features. And I'll explain this when we show one of the photos and why it has been done. The other thing is that the sculptures replicate an emphasis on delicacy, and they focus on depicting feminine beauty, grace and physique. And the last defining feature of Hoysala temple architecture are their pillars. Their lathe turned pillars, which you see are amazing, which is a defining thing of all Hoysala temples. And how they achieved this incredible detailing is by using a stone known as soapstone. And the quality of this stone is, when it is quarried initially, it is soft. So you can work on it, but with exposure to atmosphere, it hardens with time. So initially it is soft, so you can do a lot of minute work, and then it hardens, and then it is there for ages. So that is how they achieved their quality of work. They built about roughly 1500 temples during their dynasty period, which lasted about 300 years. The Hoysalas remained in power for about 300 years. They constructed about 1500, of which about 100 and 120 temples remain. Of course, not all are in good shape, many are in bad shape, but just about that many are left currently. What I was mentioning about the late turn pillars. So you can imagine these are not being polished every day. This pillar is from 12th century, and it is shining even today as it was at that time. So you can see this is one of the defining things of any Hoysala temple. You will find these beautifully turned pillars. This technology of making these pillars has been lost, and even today we are not aware actually how they did it. And few experiments which were tried to replicate these have all failed, because no one could come to these exact geometric proportions even with present day technology. So how they did it is still not known. But you will see this is just one example. There are any number of examples which you can see now few more pillars. So it's not just turning on a wheel and making by lathe. You see the workmanship on these pillars. So these are all Hoysala temples. You can imagine the other geometric shapes, how they achieved that perfection and geometric accuracy. Every side, everything to the millimeter will be exact. How they achieved it is unimaginable, you can see. And it's not only just turning. If you see, they have gone into and dug out the material from inside. So how that was done in those various shapes is, you can imagine what sort of workmanship has gone into this. Few more examples of the pillars and columns. These are all Hoysala temples from different temples. They'll come again when I am dealing with it. But this just to give an idea that, and these are not small. This may be 20 feet high on the left, 15 feet high. So they are huge monolithic stone pieces. So the first temple which one will go through is the Hoysaleshwar temple at Halibidu. Now this is a 12th century temple, took about 39 years to complete, and it is one of the part of the UNESCO World Heritage site, which this sacred ensembles of Hoysalas actually cover 3 Hoysala temples which were given this UNESCO status in September 93. Now, it is one of the most outstanding examples of Indian architecture and an important milestone in its development. And its breathtaking architectural style and grandeur add to its mystique and classify it as one of the most unique stone carved monuments in the world, actually. And if you see this one of the external walls. All Hoysala temples, as I said, they are not squares or rectangles. They have lot of recesses. That round thing which you see in the middle, you can go behind actually in the side. There is enough space for people to go. And every inch is covered with sculptures. So why they did this? They were getting more surface area to do more sculptures. If you just have a straight wall, surface area is limited. So they created these recesses and projections, so they had more surface area in the same overall temple area. So that's how they created more. And you can see these bands of elephants, horses, lions. Then upper there'll be stories from our epics, Ramayana, Mahabharata, running in sequence. So it's, and the beach mein bade friezes, they are life size actually sculptures. So this is what the UNESCO had to say when they have granted this UNESCO thing, that it's something which is actually beyond any other temple. Now you can see these big friezes, a close up. These external walls, there are 340 large external sculptures on this one temple, and each is a life-size sculpture. To give an example, there are over 240 images of Ganesh only, just in this one temple. And as I was saying, the bands which you see, the bottommost band is the elephant. It is supposed to be lifting the load of the whole temple on its shoulder. That's how sabse niche is the elephant, then you have the lion, the horses. Now, no two elephant or horse or lion will be same. The total periphery of this temple is roughly a furlong, that is 200 meters long. No two lion or elephant or horse or anything will be same. Everyone is unique in its design. So you can imagine the workmen who worked on this, how beautiful it was. These are the big sculptures depicting various scenes from our epics and about our deities. Now, just to give an idea, the left one, you can see on the edge on two sides how two big sculptures have been merged so beautifully without any, seamlessly at the edge. So you can't make out ki idhar se dekho ya udhar se dekho. There is no dividing line or anything. So, workmanship, you see, beach mein it's actually Brahma ki hai sitting, unka vahan is the Hans. So Brahma ki sitting Hans, next is Ganesh. So you see such beautiful, and they are all huge sculptures, as I said, life size. Few more scenes from the epics, that is the Ravan Graha, the Ravan lifting Kailash Parvat. You can see the whole ecosystem of a mountain is depicted in that portion on Ravan's head. All the flora, fauna, animals, trees, plants, if you watch carefully, you will see everything in minute detail given. So, the quality of work, as I was mentioning. Now, the next is Chennakeshava temple at Belur, the first temple which I showed. It has taken 103 years to complete, by the way. That was how long it took. The workmanship was so much. And this is the front entrance. You can see the doorway and a lintel on top. Again, the carvings are phenomenal in this. The lintel ka I have got a blow up of the lintel which was on the door ke upar. Now you see how a Garud hai with Narsimha on top, and all the Dash avatars of Vishnu. You see the stone has been taken out from behind. This is all sort of filigree work. How they have done, it's unimaginable how they have got these sort of quality of workmanship. So this is just on that lintel ke upar, the details. This is one of the side rear of the walls. This temple again, most of the Hoysala temples have these bands running all along the periphery, elephants, horses, lions, and floral motifs, then epic ski stories. So that's how it runs. And then you have the big sculptures, the friezes at a certain point of time. You can see details of those bands, elephants, wala, what I was saying. All that is how various views of this. On the left, this is the royal symbol of the Hoysalas dynasty. It's actually one of the mythical founders of the dynasty, Sula killing a lion. So this is the royal symbol. And you can have a closer view of the various sculptures, how they are. Now this is the main murti inside. This is the Garbhagriha. Now you can see the lintel ke upar. This is all stone, by the way. It's phenomenal workmanship. Again, Shiv Parvati bet hain, all the various things are mentioned, and the main murti of Chennakeshava can be seen inside. Chennakeshava, by the way, Chenna means beautiful and Keshav is Krishna Bhagavan. So it's beautiful Krishna. Actually, it means that temple ka naam. But the thing is, you see the quality of the workmanship. This is the Garbhagriha ka roof. Now, roof panels are again a separate, totally out of the world in all these temples. And if you see, they are in multi-tiers going up in a conical shape. Narsimha avatar ka beech mein, it's protruding down about nearly a feet in the center from the top.